Hey everyone, figured I'd do a video about some summer scouting and where I put my trail cameras and stuff. This spot here is where I shot my deer last year. So anyway, it's like 100 yards from it, and there was a pretty good trail here, and you can't see it now, but there was a scrape here last fall. And basically, I think it was November 28th, there was a pretty nice 8-point that come through here. And there's another goofy looking, I don't know if it was a 9-point or a 10-point, but it drops down to a big brook and they cross there. The brook is down there, and then on the other side of the brook is a clear cut, and up over there, probably another couple 100 yards, there is another clear cut that's probably 5-6 years old. The other one on the other side of the brook, it's probably 10 or 15, so it's a pretty high stem count. I think they're bedding over there, and I think that's why this works so good with a bait. Anyway, I just wanted to put a camera on this trail because see what's traveling through here. There's two decent bucks, so we're gonna head over to another spot. So this spot here is a spot that I found with the kids, actually, out driving around in the truck at the beginning of December. It's still fairly, like, you can see the trail quite well. Anyway, I followed it for close to 1 kilometer in the woods and came up to a swamp, and they were wading black mud there that was to the tops of my boots. So I kind of stopped and thought, well, no sense of going further than that. Anyway, what I like about this spot is that there's quite a good swamp all along there. And then where there's two trails that come together, it's like a bit of a high point because it drops off again up here into another swale. And the deer are traveling up here on this ridge. It's only, I don't know, 60 yards wide. And I'm thinking that that might be a better setup, because being back by the swamp, they had trails going everywhere. I just thought they might go in and out, but this here is a bit of a pinch, the way it's set up. So the reason why I was really curious about this spot is in December, I got quite a few pictures of a pretty decent 10-point. And when I scouted it, this is one of the big scrapes I found. And there's another little one down here. It's right, where was it? Right here. Yeah, right there. Quite covered up. So I'm thinking a fella could probably sit in one of those two spruce. That way you could probably see all the way down into here. May not get a shot until it was rifle season, but then you could get another shot down over to the bank. And they're traveling both sides. I got the camera there. So one trail goes off like this. This one goes here. And then once you get over here, there's a few joining in. So yeah, you can see how it just drops. I don't know if you can really tell on the camera, but anyway. Last week I walked through here and I found a pretty wet spot where there's a lot of fresh deer tracks and stuff. See if we can get in and find the same trail I did. I just speed scouted it really quick. I just wanted to cover a lot of ground. Had a few spots on GONB that I seen that was kind of curious that I had to come in and check out. And of course I didn't have my cell cam with me, so anyway, I'll get in here. It's quite hard going. So I think this is where some of them walked. I'll try and find that track of the buck. He had a good stride. His stride was about as big as my step, so I'm really hoping it's that 10-point. And there's a nice transition here because it's all wet, mossy here. A lot of tamarack, spruce. I'm quite sure they're bedding in here. A few different spots. And then once you get through this little wet run, see where they're traveling all through this grass. See how the grass is all matted down right here. See how something's in here and walk through. I mean, it could be a bear or a moose too, but there is a lot of deer sign in here. there's that trail right there I wanted to find. I'm traveling here quite a bit. That could be an old bed right there. Try to find a spot here to get the camera up, because this would be interesting. And there, I get it set. It says there's no service, which I'm not surprised because we're in quite a low spot here, but at least there's a camera in there. Another good trail there, runs in. Camera doesn't zoom very good. They are bedding in here. They did some strip cuts up over there, a couple 100 yards, and behind me. So there's a lot of young hardwood that come up, so they're no doubt feeding in that. They're probably feeding in some of this grass and stuff too. So I finally made it down to the piece of private that I've been hunting for a while. That's where my nest is. There's been some new people move in, so there's been a lot of activity here, unfortunately. They've been cutting trees behind my stand. I don't know what they're doing that for. Anyway, I guess it doesn't really matter. It's there's a few little 8-points I kind of had my eye on that would be good ones this year if they're still around, but there's a bunch of people in here roaming around. That's going to make it a lot harder to hunt. But this place has been getting worse every year. In 2019, I had a little 8-point shot off my apples. And it's like every year since, I've had people coming in, walking by my cameras. No regard for nothing. They come in from the back side so nobody knows that they're here. And I've got permission to be here. And at the time, when it changed ownership, I was the only one with permission. So I'm quite sure these other people don't even bother asking. Especially the people coming in cutting trees down by my tree stand. I don't know what's up with that, but there's been a lot of cutting in here. So it's probably going to work out to my advantage. I've been here, well, I've been hunting this particular area for, 6 years. This might be the 7th. I'd have to sit down and think about it. But anyway, I know where they bed. So I'm going to have to just start getting right up in tight. I've been almost too slack on it the last few years. And I think that's going to be the strategy for now. I don't dare bait in here anymore because you get everybody and their dog in here sitting on it. So, and really, it's hard to get anything decent in here. Although the one that got shot in 2019, I did actually have him and the doe come in just a few days before he got shot. So, and then, what was it, 2020, I think it was? Had another decent 8-point come in, but I didn't want to shoot him. I thought if he made it one more year, he'd be pretty interesting, and I don't know where he ever ended up. So it's been a struggle here. I've wasted a lot of time here probably, but I guess that's how you learn. But yeah, I know they're bedding, so I'm gonna try and see a good spot here to put up a camera. I'll just leave it till hunting season. I know one spot, but I kind of want to get close to where I found a bunch of good rubs last year. So I did have a spy point in here, and for some reason the infrared won't work, so it's not taking night pictures, which is kind of annoying. Anyway, I'll find a spot here to set up. There, I got my camera set up. It's really thick out there, so it's a really good transition right here. And it's fairly open here. So I know for sure that they're bedding up here. Put my camera on 10-second video mode. Figure I'll try that out instead of doing some pictures this time. It's something I haven't really played around with very much. But there's trails everywhere up here. And I found a pretty good exit trail that was rubbed up last fall, and there was quite a few scrapes and stuff on it. And I know I've gone out tracking sometimes when it snows, and passed a young buck a few years ago there. Its head was in the brush and I just couldn't see what it was, so I figured I'd just let it go because why not? And then after that I get about 10 feet away from some does, so it was fun. But anyway, it was in this area, so I know a lot of deer travel this. So anyway, I'm no expert by any means, but definitely learned a few things in the last few years. And I know one thing's for sure, setting up on transitions like this is definitely where it's at. We'll see what those 8 points turn out to be this year. It might be half decent. Plus I get all the spots out on crown. Definitely can't wait to get out and check my minerals, because I know for sure that there's some bucks coming in out there. And another camera I put out, geez, it's quite a ways from here. And we'll see what's there. There was a small 8 point up there, a bunch, just walking through on a trail back in December, so be another one to look at. And if he makes quite a few appearances, maybe early season or something, we'll get in there. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you guys all enjoyed.